Hey,
Well,
hola.
we figured that before we just jump straight into the next series of videos, we ought to explain what we're about. And so we didn't travel at all internationally in 2019. In 2020, we went to Colorado, domestic flight, of course. But we didn't travel internationally until just over a month ago. And that was less than a month after the US relaxed the rules on COVID testing and flying. But as soon as they did that, we booked flights to Barcelona, partly because they were almost free. We used frequent flyer miles, so the round trip flights cost the two of us together $100 only. It was basically free to fly here.
Good deal. Having a credit card.
Using it responsibly. And so we flew to Barcelona and then immediately took a bus to Andorra because in 2017 we walked what's called the Haute Route Pyrénées, the HRP, from the Atlantic to the Mediterranean, basically along the Spanish-French border. And along the way, Shorty noticed a placard describing this other route called the GRP, the Grande Randonnée Pays, the Great Walk of the Country, and it was in Andorra. And we can't remember exactly where we saw it. We have different ideas about where we saw it. I thought we saw it outside the Refugi Borda de Sortany, and you thought it was where?
The last refuge before we headed up to Refugee Coma Pedrosa.
Anyway, that doesn't really matter.
That was several years ago.
Yeah, so in the meantime, that placard, board or whatever it was, has disappeared. And we discovered, to our surprise, that Andorra no longer favours or publicises even the GRP. Instead, they publicise a new route they've designed called the Corona Lax, which takes 5 days and you stay overnight at 4 refuges.
What does that mean? Crown of Lakes?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Corona means crown. It's nothing to do with coronavirus. And lax, yeah, maybe lakes. But yeah, so we didn't see anybody at all doing the GRP. And we thought that was a much more interesting route. And it was difficult there. And so we can kind of understand why Andorra doesn't publicise it anymore or promote it anymore, because maybe they just rescued too many people from it.
So how long was it?
Well, nominally it was about 7 days, but it took us about 10. Was it 10? Maybe even 12.
Maybe 70 miles? 100?
Yeah, about 75 miles.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so after that, we'd already planned that we'd hike the GR11 to the Mediterranean, and we allowed a total of 6 weeks between our arriving and departing flights. And figuring that the GRP and GR11 would take us about 4 weeks, and then we'd figure out what to do with the other 2 weeks when the time came. But in fact, no, we basically used up all the available time. The GRP took a lot longer than we expected, and we ended up spending more time in Andorra. Fabulous country, by the way.
A lot of it was due to thunderstorms, too. We were lucky that there were places to stay while the weather was bad.
Fabulous places to stay.
And so, yeah, 3- and 4-star hotels.
For
Who
cheap.
could pass that up?
With breakfast, then around about $60 to $80. And another thing, of course, is that the US dollar is incredibly strong right now. It's strongest against the euro for the last 20 years. So that helps a little bit. I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference. But we ended up spending almost 2.5 weeks in Andorra compared to maybe just over the week that I originally thought. And then the GR11, we waited out some stormy days by staying 2 nights in the same hotels. And so that took longer than we expected also. And then when we reached the coast, we decided to hike on the GR92 one day along the coast, which was also fabulous. Beautiful scenery.
Beautiful water. When the weather is good, which we were lucky.
And then Europe for us isn't just about the hiking, so we went to Figueres and
Went to the Dali Museum there.
went to the Salvador Dali Museum, which was really interesting. Really glad we did that.
He designed it himself, and even his tomb is in there.
Yeah,
So
he poured his life and soul into that museum, and then he's still there.
definitely something different.
Yeah.
He was quite a guy, Dali.
And then the last 3 nights we spent in Barcelona, buying food amongst other things to take home with us, because I particularly miss the confit de canard, the confit duck legs, which I've been making myself, but it's a hell of a lot of work, so it's much easier to buy them here, and you can't buy it in the US, or at least not, it's incredibly expensive. So this is the prelude then to our upcoming videos. First of all, we'll be detailing the GRP, and then the GR11 and GR92. So we'll start off with our first day on the GRP and then decide how to split the videos up, because there's a lot of footage.
A lot of nice scenery.
Yeah, so we hope you'll enjoy it too. And yeah, it was difficult, so remember, we're doing this
To show that you can also do it.
so that you don't
can
have
do
to.
it. You definitely can do it.
Yeah, so
But you don't have to if you don't want to.
so anyway, if you
You
don't do
can
it,
pick and choose which parts.
yeah, we hope you enjoy the videos.
And the hotels, yeah,
The hotels
should
are
come
fabulous.
and experience it.
Yeah, Andorra is such a great place. And it is a country, by the way. I mistakenly said in the first video that it's not a country, it's a principality, but it was actually made a country. They voted to have independence.
In the 90s.
Yeah, 98 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's a question for Google. Okay, hope you enjoy. Thanks for watching. Well, it's been 2 days since we arrived in Andorra
We survived.
from California.
Oh God, these are the hardest 2 days.
Well, we were planning on backpacking starting today, but the weather's supposed to be thunderstorm.
It was thundering last night.
So we decided to go to
didn't
San
hear
Julia de Loria, 4 miles away only, and stay in another hotel there. So we'll see how it goes.
We might stay in a hotel for 2 weeks.
So far it's nice weather. We've got everything on. We're ready to go. We're just lacking the motivation. Oh, this is cool. A pedestrian crossing on a pedestrian only road, but where the cars cross there's red lights that just change to green to let you know it's safe to cross.
Look both ways. Well, not in Britain, but
The Andorran Central Park.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice here. It's really clean.
All the school kids were here yesterday.
Yeah, singing, dancing, playing games. Yeah, it's a very nice place, Andorra. It's not a country, it's a principality between Spain and France, partly ruled by both countries.
It's not in the EU.
Well, it is in the EU, but it's not, it's like Switzerland. There are exceptions for some things, like SIM card roaming from other EU countries doesn't work in Andorra, so you have to buy a SIM card from Andorra Telecom, but it is in the EU. Well, we're walking to our hotel in San Julia de Loria, alongside the river and the main road. But it's a bit noisy, unfortunately.
This is the most important river in Andorra.
What's
it
it?
called?
Yeah,
The
what?
Lira.
Can't have to move over there, we can't see the river. Well, let's see, it's the red carpet, but they didn't roll it out for over the hills. Oh no. It's pleasant though, it's a nice spongy surface to walk on.
Sports surface.
We're on our way to San Julia de Loria.
4 miles today.
Oh yeah, we got to break
Practicing.
ourselves in slowly. Fully loaded backpacks though. So this is it. We've intersected the GRP loop right here. Oh God.
Humid.
It's humid and hot. And I think this is a path, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Judging by the sign here.
Uphill way. That's where we'll have to come tomorrow.
Oh my God. Or at the end. Oh well, the start of the GRP for us is this very nice path.
Yeah, but not sure if the whole way is like this.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be. Well,
Good to be true.
our packs are way too heavy. Good training though. We brought too much food as usual. Afraid of starving. Eat some of it. Oh, the way to a Via Ferrata. But we didn't bring our gear. Got enough to carry already. Another time. Oh man, this is brutal. We've got to climb a total of 27,000 feet. And we're already tired. I don't think we've even done 1,000. There's the splash mark of the GRP. Yellow, red. Oh God. This is really tough going. It's quite humid and extremely steep. So we just stopped for a break. Get our heart rates back down. And rehydrate. Well, finally now we're headed downhill to Hotel Sol Park in San Giulio dell'Oria. This is like twice the distance we expected and way more elevation gain. Ostensibly we're going downhill, but we'd climbed at least 2,000 feet. I don't know how that happened.
Lucky we have a hotel tonight.
Yeah, it's supposed to thunder and storm again. Oh, God.
What is it, our third hotel in 3 days?
Yeah. That's good though. We just made it. It's just now beginning to rain. And we're at the hotel. How cool is that? Oh, we're so lucky. Recepcio. Oh, it's around 4 p.m. and the rain's really starting already. It's going to be a big thunderstorm. Oh boy, we're so lucky to be here in the Hotel Sol Park in San Giulio dell'Oria. We could be up there. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. We are so happy not to be out there hiking in this. Woof. It's nice in this room.
Nice to be sitting here watching it in the comfort of your nice chair on your balcony.
Oh yeah.
All this.
Only 63 euros including tax and including the awesome breakfast.
What a deal!
It's cheaper than camping in the US. We're a bit early to breakfast. We're hoping to start early to beat the heat. Yeah, plus we're hungry. Breakfast looks fabulous. Let's see. Cold cuts, fruit, coffee, oh yeah. I had 8 shots of espresso yesterday. Very nice day last night in Sol Park Hotel. Now we got to walk along this busy road for a little bit, not too far. And then we head up into the mountains for the real beginning. This would be the usual official start of the GRP. But we're already 4.5 miles into it. In the steep valley of Andorra. I bet they developed terrace farming before anywhere else in the world almost. Oh God. It's 9:40. And so far, we've been hiking uphill in the shade. And when I say uphill, yeah, very steeply uphill.
They don't fool around here. No switchbacks most of the time. They go where they mean to go.
We just reached the very small town of Arbinia, perched up on the hillside. Really cute. Oh, where's that cat? Oh, well, I didn't carried all this water. There's a nice camping place here. Picnicking area anyway. Well, we're on track. Pleasant walking in the forest. Glad we didn't leave doing this till we're any older. There's punishing uphills. Well, yeah, I mean, it's so great. You're so exhausted from all this climbing that it would be easy to stumble on in that direction, but the sign says no, no, no.
We want to go uphill still.
Yeah,
Uphill.
this is the way. Well, we reached the road and whew, some big puddles after yesterday's heavy rain. Glad we weren't out in it. Let's see, how do we get around here? Our first Andorran refuge, Refugio Roca de Pimes, 2170 meters. We climbed 4,100 feet today. This one's a pretty little refuge. The other Andorran ones we've seen were bigger. It's clean though. Definitely need the thermarests. Doesn't look too comfortable. We have to go up there, Peak Negre. Some of these clouds look a bit negre. So I don't know. We might camp down here and go over there in the morning. See what the stream looks like. It's only 3 p.m. but we've got the tent set up already. We're tired and we climbed about 4,200 feet and we got to climb another 1,300 feet to get above Peak Negre. Yeah. And it looks a bit stormy. Big thunderclouds overhead, so we figured we'd wait till the morning when the weather's usually good. I think we did well to stop when we did. There's quite a bit of traffic on this road now, and it's raining off in the distance. It's probably going to be raining here at some point. Oh yeah.
80% predicted.
Yeah.
Well, we got our tent.
We do.
Waterproof.
Oh yeah. Well, all our other equipment's having problems. Had problems with the USB charger. Having problems with the stove. Oh gosh. It's a new day. We got about a 10 after 8 start, and there's a shortcut coming up below the old army fortification. Oh boy, last night horrendous thunderstorms, especially over to the south towards Spain. The lightning was flashing and lighting up the sky through the clouds for hours. But we stayed warm and dry in the Z-Pack Striplex. No problem. Oh, right on. It's a sign for castor oil. Don't see castor oil anymore. Awesome. Beautiful day. After all that thunderstorm action last night. Unbelievable. Well, actually it is believable. It's always like that. There's Shorty. Yeah, Shorty. Oh, fantastic day. Peak Negre de Claror. Up around 2,600 meters. What's that, about 8,500, 9,000 feet. Well above tree line here. And it's a beautiful day. Well, we made it. 9:30, 2642 meters or 8,800 feet. And we're at Pic Negre de Claror. That was a good climb. Glad we didn't do it yesterday. Cows. There's Pic Negre de Claror above us. Having climbed one mountain, we get to go down until the next mountain. Well, there's mountains everywhere. A water fountain outside Refugi de Claror. (2,280 meters, Refugi de Claror. And getting the refuge stamp. This is a nice refuge.
This is nice here.
Much nicer than the Roca. 8 beds there, and then there's another dormitory sleeping. And the downstairs sleeping. Yeah, the really awesome Refugi de Claror. Unguarded and very nice inside. Got running water and kitchen, and it's only 11 o'clock in the morning there. And it's a weekend, so there are people staying here. So we'll continue. Next refuge is Perafita, maybe an hour from here. Well, for once this is an easy trail and it's great. The weather's good and the views are great. Just left a very nice Andorran refuge and headed to another, maybe half an hour from here. The Stani de la Nu. Oh, it's very nice. Andorran couple we met at that refuge, the last one, Claror, said they're going to camp here tonight. They spent last night at Claror. Refugi de Perafita. I hear French spoken here. Refugi de Perafita is like the first refuge, the Roca, and not as high a standard.
This is closer to civilization.
Yeah, not as high a standard as the Claror. But, you know, it's actually pretty nice. Yeah, it's cleaner than the first refuge. And it's got beds for 6 people. We're on Calada de la Mayana, or something like that. 24-26 meters. Been relatively flat. And looks like we have to descend to a deep valley. Let's see. There's a cabana coming up. Well, this is a very nice trail, partially on account of it being flat, but there's great views also. And at the moment, the weather's holding up, but we're pretty sure there'll be thunderstorms again this afternoon. So before that starts, we want to get the tent up and have dinner. Yes, we got some hours yet. Well, this is a change of scenery. Still on the right track, amazingly. If it wasn't for the preloaded GPX track, I think we'd have lost it lots of times already. It's fairly hard to follow, even with the splashes. Oh, here's the shepherd's cabin. It's marked on the map. Doesn't look very big. Wonder if it's open even. Well, it looks like it probably is. Let's have a look. Got batteries and cord for making an electric fence. A bit of a stove. Some junks. And a wooden platform for a bed. Well, it's not bad actually. Definitely seen worse. You could sleep in here during a thunderstorm. But it's still fairly early, earlier than 2 o'clock I think, and the weather's still holding up, so I think we'll continue. Shorty found the easy way to cross. I rock hopped. There's no shortage of water here in Andorra. Oh, fabulous. Oh, it's just tons of water. And there's a large bridge. There's a cabin up here. Another cabin. Shepherd's hut. Pretty small and dark. I think I prefer being in the tent. Speaking of being in the tent, it's looking increasingly stormy. Oh, there's pretty nice wild camping all along here. I think that's what we're going to end up doing. We got plenty of food. Could do with lightening our packs. It's early again, 4 o'clock-ish. Got the tent set up. Gonna make some coffee. And
the thunderstorm.
So far, the weather's not too bad. But it's probably gonna storm again tonight. Anyway, it's been a really nice day.
Oh, tiring.
Yeah, we're both tired. Maybe it's jet lag still. You think? Couldn't be because we're getting old. It's 5:30. The thunder started about 10 minutes ago. And it's just beginning to sprinkle rain. Typical Pyrenees mountain weather. Pyrenees, Dolomites, Colorado. It's all the same. Just gone 6 p.m. and over the hills are confined to their tent again in another horrendous Pyrenean thunderstorm. The lightning's flashing, the thunder's booming, the rain's pouring down.
I'll put the earplugs in again, it's so noisy.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's another flash.
Look for the thunder.
It's gonna crash.
It's a few miles away.
That was a quiet one.
Nobody. We just gotta wait it out again.
We had our dinner.
Didn't drink too much. Well, 10 after 6. And now it's hailing pea-sized hail. Oh my God.